but every young woman. Yeah, we'll definitely have to put the age into quotations too, right? Anyway, so to launch our Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we have Edem Naite, Programs Director, Joy FM. Fafa is a breast cancer survivor, and Dr. Grace Bachman, Public Health Resident Medical Director, Sonotech Medical Center, here in the studio with us. Good morning, ladies. It's good to see you all.
Good morning, Doreen.
Yes, we've gone round the clock and we've come right back, right? Yeah, but we do thank God for a new day and a new blessing, and it's a pleasure to have you all here as we launch a brand new month, Pink October Breast Cancer Awareness Month for 2024. So yes, as we launch our Joy FM Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we'd like to hear from Edem Naite first as to what your plans are for the month of breast cancer awareness.
Great, Doreen. Thank you very much, and very good morning to our audiences listening to us right here on Joy 99.7 FM, and those of you who have also joined us via social media. So it's October. It's just very sad that we always wait for October to do this. But I guess moving forward, we will have to find some time within the other months, to just keep talking about breast cancer awareness. But like we've always done, October, Cosmopolitan makes us the show we dedicate, to breast cancer awareness creation here on Joy FM. Especially so because the host is also a woman, so she's able to understand and, explain things better. So for the month, like we always do, we're going to be sharing tips on breast cancer awareness every day of the month. This year, what's new is that we're going to add a question and answer segment to it. And so questions will be thrown out. And then it's also to encourage active listenership and participation. And so you're listening, you're picking down the tips. By the end of the week, we are asking you what you have learned. And once you're able to send the answers in, our partners, Sonotech, they are on board. And then you get to have, some freebies. We have, T-shirts, you have a lot of paraphernalia. Quite apart from that, some people are also going to win mammogram vouchers. And then you also have free screenings. And then along the line, we also will be giving out where you can go and get your breast screen for free. And we're hoping that everybody is fine, but just in case something is detected, you will also be advised on what you should do moving forward. I'm sure the message this year hasn't changed from early detection saves lives. So early detection is what we keep talking about every time. Once you notice something that's not very usual, you will have to have it checked, and then we can take it from there. So Doreen, it's not too different from what we have been doing, but this year the question and answer segment is what's new, and then people get to win few things because they are actively participating and learning.
Right. All right. We'll move on to talk to a breast cancer survivor. Miss Fafa is here with us in the studio. I have a message for you from Mr. Max Fuga. He says to send greetings.
Oh, yeah.
He sent a text like an hour ago. He said, I've got a friend of yours in the studio, so I had to pass on the message. But it's good to see you, Miss Fafa. Would like for you to share briefly about your story. This morning, I was listening to the morning show, and one of the doctors said, don't be scared when you're going to get a breast cancer exam or a mammogram. And, when people talk about breast cancer, they think, well, it's your death sentence. But here we do have a survivor. And I'm sure that your story will probably not be too different from any other survivor. And we'll be glad to hear a little bit of it. And, hey, we thank God for your life, Fafa. We thank God that you're here to also share your story with us today.
Thank you, too.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fafa. I'm a survivor, a mother, a wife, and a civil servant. I would like to begin by quoting Douglas Clark, who once said, I won't let cancer define me, but I'll use my journey to help others. And this is a quote I draw a lot of inspiration from. And to a large extent, I can say that is one of the reasons why I'm here today.
Right.
My journey began in November 2021. I woke up that day very well. It was just a normal day like any other day. And I was getting late for work. So I decided to express milk for my baby manually because my machine wasn't working well. And I detected a very tiny lump. I got alarmed. I panicked a little. So I called my husband and said, this is what I just detected. Can you come have a look at it? He did, and he said, no, you have to see a doctor as soon as possible. Fast forward, I went to see my gynae. But what I realized was when he was doing the x-ray, his facial expression changed. I asked, Doc, is everything okay? He said, oh yeah, fast, everything is fine. But you need to do further screening to confirm what exactly it is. It was a weekend, actually, it was a Saturday. So I went to Coco Clinic. They said I should come back on a Monday. So I had to go to other labs till I finally got one. They took me in, I did what I had to do. And they told me it was going to take about 4 weeks for all the results to be out. That 4 weeks was like 4 years. You have no idea what I went through waiting for that 4 weeks.
Right.
Fast forward, the results came out and I tested positive for invasive carcinoma stage 4.
Wow.
Yeah, invasive carcinoma stage 4. Only God knows how I got home that day. Like, I don't even know how I got home because I drove. But God being so good, I got home. All I could do was just cry because at that point, there was nothing I could think about. But thank God, my husband, who has been a very solid support system, just said, whatever it is, I know you would go through and everything will be fine. So I think after 2 weeks, we had to go and see an oncologist. We met, we discussed the treatment plan. He spoke about chemotherapy. He spoke about surgery. He spoke about radiotherapy. But I was so scared of the chemo. But I accepted everything he said. When we go home, my husband spoke to someone who said he knows about a herbalist who could treat me or who could attend to me. So we actually went to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a lot of stuffs to take. Some of the stuffs I was like, how am I even going to drink this?
Right.
But at that stage, it was like I didn't have any option because I didn't want to do the chemo. I still went ahead to take everything. After a month, I realized there was no change. The lump was getting bigger and bigger. So I told my husband, look, it doesn't look like this thing is working. So I called the man. What he said was, some cancer cells are very stubborn. And from the look of things, he thinks mine is stubborn too.
Wow.
That is all he said. I was speechless. I couldn't say anything, like nothing. I don't even remember saying thank you, bye-bye or anything. I just hung up. So the reality hit me and I knew you have to go to the hospital.
Right.
So I went to one facility and they asked me to come back in 6 months.
No.
So I asked, what am I going to be doing at home for 6 months? They said, it's a long queue. So I have to wait for 6 months. I go home, went online, and I got another facility. And they asked me to come the next week, which I did. Fast forward, they told me, this is the plan. We have to do the chemo whether I like it or not. They can't guarantee any other option than the chemotherapy first. So I had to do it. I did 6 cycles of chemotherapy. Chemo is harsh. That I won't lie about. Chemo with its side effects are really harsh. But I still went ahead to do it. After that, I had to do the surgery. After the surgery, I had to do radiotherapy. Everything came with its own side effects.
Right.
There were days I could manage them. There were other days I couldn't. There were days I was too weak. We had to go back to the facility for infusions, injections, and all of that, and then come back home. There were days I woke up very fine. All I wanted to do was just dance my heart out. And there were days all I wanted to do was just play music and cry my heart out. But in all of it, something kept me going. My kids. Because I always ask, if something happens to you now, what happens to those kids? 4 kids. I don't know who can take care of them. So at least they kept me going. They were my hope. So I decided to just keep going, hold on tight, and did everything. After that, the doctor said mine was more hormonal. So they had to take out my ovaries and my fallopian tubes. That I did just last year,
Right.
late last year.
Mm-hmm.
So that has been it for now. But there are things I'll have to live with for a very long time. There are pains I have to endure. Things like early menopause, my left arm has gone numb totally.
Oh no.
So I can't feel anything. And so that's why I don't drive. And I always carry a backpack because I don't carry, And a lot, but I think I'll just leave it there. But
Papa,
those are things
we thank God
you
you
just
were
have
here.
to.
We thank God you
You
were
just
here.
have to endure, and then.
We thank God you're
So
here.
first of all, I had to change my diet totally. I'm now very intentional about what I eat and what I drink, which I want to tell everybody. Whether you're a cancer patient or not, you have to be very careful with what we take in.
Right.
Because most things we eat
not good for us.
Not good for us. And to everyone out there who is battling cancer, I want to tell you it's difficult, but it's doable.
Right.
It's doable.
It's very difficult, but it's doable.
Yeah.
During the treatment, I met people who gave up and they died.
Right.
We lost people along the line.
Mm-hmm.
Some started with a hospital treatment and later ended up at the herbalist. Like I started.
The reverse.
Yeah, the reverse. Met a lot of people who died. Anytime you go to the hospital at time, because we do chemo as a team. So it means anytime we go, if we are 6 in this room, we all know each other. We became friends.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, where's this person? And you're like, oh, she couldn't make it. Before you hear, it's like, she lost the battle. So all those who lost the battle, may their souls continue to rest in peace. And to those alive, still battling and going through the treatments, I want you to know it's difficult, but it's doable. It is better than entrusting your life to the hands of herbalists who just end up telling you your cancer cells are stubborn.
No. We thank God for your can-do spirit, because that's what's driving you, and we pray and hope that you continue to, do what you're doing, because God is on your side.
Thank you very much, Doreen.
We thank you for sharing your story. This is absolutely touching and inspiring for all of us. And we do also have with us today Dr. Bachman. Last year she was here with us to launch our Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And of course, she wanted to tell us a little bit about how come Sonotech decided to partner with us again this year. So welcome, Dr. Bachman. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
I miss that voice.
I know. So listening to Fafa, October, I say that is always very, very emotional because I always feel there's still a lot more we can do, especially for our survivors as well. From her story, you can tell this is a story of resilience. This is a story of somebody who didn't want to give up. How about the many people out there who are giving up? What do we do? So every time, and for her story specifically, if you are being diagnosed at a stage 4, this is like the end of it, this is where it's difficult to even manage. And if this was 2021, right?
Yeah,
yes. And we're still having herbalists in Accra
saying
that the herbal concoctions and all can still, it tells me that there's still a lot we can do. And that's why when we have these partnerships, we hold on to it very tightly, because it's always shown that health promotion, early detection, that's just the way to go. We need to continue talking, we need to continue creating the awareness and let people know that if you have breast cancer, it's not a death sentence. And people like, her coming to share the story makes it even more visible for people to realize that breast cancer should not be a death sentence. It's also a reminder for all of us to remind ourselves of the role that we have to play. Our health system, we need to take a look at our health system, because if we are making noise here, people should get screened, and then they get screened. They come, you are telling them, oh, your results will be ready probably in 3 months, 6 months, go and come. You can imagine the anxiety even as you're waiting for the results. Look at treatments. Now we know treatments by God's grace is on the National Health Insurance, but even the out-of-pocket cost alone is too much. And that's one of the reasons why our outcomes when it comes to breast cancer, it's very bad. In 2022, the Global Cancer Report is saying that Ghana, we had about 5,000 cases. And out of this, about 2,300 died. That's almost about 50%. And why should this happen? It's because people are not being diagnosed early. People are resorting to herbal treatment. People don't have money to, support. People are stressed. People are, there's so many things. Even the treatment centers, the whole country How many treatment centers do we have? People have to travel miles before they get access to a mammogram. To like, these are things that we need to talk about. And so the whole year, even if we forget to remind ourselves of the role we all have to play, October is another time for us to, tell ourselves that we all have a role to play to make sure that our cases are detected early. And that's how come this partnership with Joy FM is very important for us. Right. Sonotech Medical Center, we have been big on the early detection, making sure we send the information out and making sure people are diagnosed early. So when it comes to diagnostics, like your mammograms and then your ultrasounds, we're usually giving them at a discount during the month of October.
Right.
And as Edem also rightly mentioned, this time we are not just doing our tips, we are pushing the message down. We don't want you to just listen. We want you to listen and take action.
Right.
So we see the pinks, people wearing their pink, people, enjoying the whole pink month thing. But it's not just about a celebration. It's a time for us to make sure that people actually act. So as you are even listening, don't just listen, but take that next step of getting screened. Take that next step of doing your mammogram. Take that next step of doing your ultrasound. Some of these things, I feel like we talk about it and so it in a way becomes like a cliche, but you have no idea. All these data that we are quoting, these are all numbers.
Yes.
Wait till it's your friend, wait till it's your mother, wait till it's your sister, wait till it's someone close to you. That's when you realize how serious all these things we talk about is.
Right.
So we cannot stop talking about it. And platforms like this, partnerships like this, only makes the message even go further.
Right. What are some of the packages you have for our listeners? Just quickly go through them, just so that they will also know what's in store.
Okay, so at our branches in the West Hills Mall, Oxford Street Mall, and at Tema Community 9, you can walk in anytime and you have your free breast screening done.
Right.
Aside that, when you come in, you have a 20% discount on your mammograms the whole month.
Right.
And then you have a 50% discount on the ultrasound. For those who listen in and are able to answer the Friday quiz that will be, the questions that will be given out, there are some free vouchers. Some people will have the free mammogram voucher or free ultrasound voucher.
Right.
Aside that, every week there are our locations that we go to do screening. So we
Right.
share the locations, and anyone can pop in and
Right.
get screened.
Okay, so from Sonotech on Wednesday the 2nd, you are going to be at Ghana Prisons Service, right?
Yeah.
And then on you're also going to be at Max Investments in Tema.
Yeah.
On Thursday the 3rd, SNIT Wager Branch. Friday the 4th, SOS Herman Minor International College. And the 4th of October, which is also Friday, Dolly Memorial in Laboni.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got all these. And of course, like Dr. Bachman truly said, we will run those different locations by you, and then you can also go out there and get a breast exam. So before we go, what would you like to share with us before we go? Let's start with Ms. Fafa. Anything you'd like to share with our listeners before we go?
Yes, I would like to make a special appeal to the government, because we need a lot of machines, especially at the cancer center. When you go to Kolibu, when the radiotherapy machine breaks down, that's it. And ideally what the doctors tell you is, once you start radiotherapy, you don't have to break. It has to be consistent. You go today, tomorrow, and then maybe after 2 weeks the machine is broken. That's it. And to other corporate social organizations, please, we need your help now than ever. And then to everyone who can help, once in a while, just drive to Kolibu, drive to Ridge, drive to 37. Just go to the oncologist unit and then extend lending help to someone. People need help. It's that bad.
Fantastic.
People really need help.
I like that. People need help.
Yeah. And I would like to say a very big thank you to my support system. My family, they've always been there. My husband, my sister, my cousins, and some very good friends. I won't to mention names now, but I appreciate everything they have done. I don't take any for granted. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and God bless you, and may He keep you going. That's
Amen.
my prayer. And for Dr. Grace Bachman, we'll be hearing your voice throughout the month of October. But what, of course, do you want to share before we go today?
I want to say we should all take part in the Pink Month celebrations. Do whatever you can. If it's wearing your pink or putting on the pink ribbon just to create awareness, if it's using your social media platforms to share the message, if it's, of course, supporting in cash or kind especially our survivors throughout this month, because as she said, they need a lot of support, and throughout the year, October is when we've dedicated to support them. So if you can in any way, this is the best time to do that.
Right, and then let me come to Edem to also share her final words and launch our Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Final words will be that stay here with us on Joy 99.7 FM. Cosmopolitan makes all the tips, every information you need, you will hear it here. But before we launch, I also would like to use this opportunity. Maybe during just about 10-second silence. Last year, one of the survivors, we lost her along the line, so if we can just, you remember her? Yeah. Your soul will continue to rest in peace. So our Breast Cancer Awareness Month for 2024, Pink October, is duly launched here on Joy FM Cosmopolitan Mix. Doreen.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Bachman. Thank you, Ms. Fafa. We look forward to chatting with you some more later on during the month. Best wishes to your family and your support system for all the support they give you. Thank you, Edem, for coming out to also launch our Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope to be in touch. And, of course, we'll definitely spread the word as the month grows on.